Hey, Sean, I have a real problem with hustle culture and this idea of what success looks like for a creative. And I made a podcast episode about this recently, which I often do like a rough draft of these YouTube videos on my podcast. If you're interested in hearing things there, feel free to check it out. I'll put the link in the description of the video. But I've been frustrated lately because as a father of an almost 2-year-old, I've had 22 months of a different perspective that I've never had before. And this overlapped perfectly almost with the pandemic. And while the pandemic sort of evaporated most of my work, it gave me the time to focus on fatherhood, which is not, the pandemic has been an awful thing for almost everyone. And I've had an easier time than many have, and I recognize that. But the silver lining in my experience, while my career, my livelihood, and most of my revenue largely disappeared for a year and counting, I had this opportunity to become a full-time dad. And now that work is starting to trickle back on, I'm in this strange place where my initial reaction was, as I'm looking at my colleagues and people that I've worked with for years, they're getting after it. They've been busy the whole time. They're making moves. They're making films. They're doing things. It looks awesome. It looks better than it did a year ago. Like, everyone's getting better. And I'm not. And I haven't. And I've spent the past year not developing my skills, really. And I've made some YouTube videos and learned some things about editing, maybe, and little tips and tricks here and there. But largely, I have not advanced my craft. And I filmed this past weekend. And if either of my clients that I filmed for this past weekend see this, my apologies for admitting this, but I am rusty. And the stuff that I filmed is rusty compared to what I was filming last March, or now 2 Marches ago, March 2020. My stuff looked great, and I've gotten so rusty. And so I had this conflict, this emotion of like, everyone has lapped me. Everyone is a year ahead of me. I am a year behind everyone else, everyone that I was working with. And I don't like to use the term competitor because we so often work together on these projects, and I've had to sit most things out. But now I see that a lot of these people have leveled up. They've moved on. They're doing bigger things than I was doing a year ago. And if I hit this unpause button, I'm not on the same level as they are. And that's tough. And I have this my heart starts racing. I have this intensity to say, like, well, I need to get back into it. I need to, get back at it, start filming, get clients, get work, get busy, get unrusty, shake off the wrinkles, and let's go. And that's something that I felt before, but right now with fatherhood, for the first time, I'm asking myself, why? Where am I trying to go? What does that look like? And where have I heard this? Why do I feel this obsession with hustle and doing more and leveling up and getting someplace other than where I am right now? And I think for a long time, I had nothing better to do, so might as well fill as much of my time with filming as I can. And if you're somebody like that, go for it. Have fun with it. But I started realizing from LinkedIn and from a couple other places, there's so much content out there about personal sacrifice in service of this idea of what success looks like for a business person, and especially for a creative. This idea, and you've had people like Casey Neistat and Gary Vee, who talk about, doing more and hustle and what is it, crush it is Gary Vee's thing. Like, there's all these mantras and all these memes and posts and graphics out there saying, like, you need to work hard. And there's people who say, I had to work through Christmas, but now look at me, I have a boat. And I legit saw that post a couple months ago when I started thinking about all this. And as I zoom back on my life, given the opportunity to grind away, to stay up late, to edit all the time, to fill every minute with filming and searching for clients that I don't love, clients with projects that don't resonate with me, things that aren't meaningful, things that I don't feel have a positive impact on the world, I could go do that and fill my time with that. But why? And it made me step back and look at what does success look like. And I think it's changed. And I think for a lot of people it does. And for many people, it's too late of a change. And I feel like I'm lucky that I'm realizing it now. But there's so many people who waste their lives grinding away at work that they don't enjoy to pursue some fantasy of taking things easy and taking the projects that you want and having enough money to, get by. And for me, I think I'm there. And I don't think I realized it until recently, where if I can make the kind of money that I can make from the jobs that I take, and they can be fulfilling jobs. I like working with the schools that I work with and people who are doing awesome things with education and helping students, organizations and nonprofits that are having a tangible impact on people's lives. That stuff's awesome. More awesome than going and doing a shoot for some global conglomerate who's trying to, raise their profit margin by 0.01% with the help of this whole video campaign. That's not fulfilling, and I could fill my time with those gigs, and there's been phases of my life and my career where I have done that. But now as I look back, I'm like, anything that I leave the house for is time away from my son. So I want to make sure it's worth it. And if it's just to fill my schedule, if it's just to say that I hustled and that I, filmed something today, I don't think that that's worth it. And I think even if you don't have a kid or kids, or if you're not planning on it and you don't have a family, regardless of where you are, there's an inner peace that can come from stepping back and doing things thoughtfully and patiently and choosing your projects with a little bit more of a discerning eye. And ignore the people who are saying hustle, 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 go, 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 because so often that content that's saying hustle, 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 go, go, go is monetized content. Meaning it's not just somebody who's made it. They're successful. They're people who are trying to earn money by telling you something. They're feeding you something that they know will get a reaction from you, that will draw you in, so you'll look at their success and say, hey, I need to do what they did. But really, that's not what they're That's not what they're practicing. It's what they're preaching. It's not what they're practicing. What they're practicing is overproducing content and recycling memes and stuff that they found has resonated in the past, in hopes that their video will get some extra clicks and their posts will get some extra likes, and that will turn into more brand deals for them and stuff like that. And so I advise you to take with a grain of salt all of these influencers who are saying, yeah, do hustle, yeah, get it done, grind, grind, grind. I had to, and now look at me. Well, now look at you. You're posting memes to try to get brand deals on social media. And if that's where you want to go, I'm not judging it, but I'm saying there's a disconnect between that lifestyle and the one that they seem like they're trying to be talking about. So I don't like the hustle culture. I feel like it does irreparable damage to creators, especially young creators who have the opportunity to come in and shape their career in a very thoughtful way. And instead they're going to get wrapped up in whatever they saw on Instagram, YouTube, or wherever, of these Shark Tank billionaires who are, just promoting themselves and trying to get more and more famous, to get more and more influence for whatever reason. Money. It's for money. Sorry, not whatever reason, for money. And that's not going to be everyone's future. And to aim everyone in that direction when it's not going to be helpful, I think does a great disservice to the people who are trying to do awesome, fun things with creative careers or non-creative careers, but with whatever business you're trying to pursue, whatever lifestyle you're trying to have. So take a breath, ignore all the people who are telling you to work harder, 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 and sacrifice and work weekends and all that stuff. Focus on enjoying your life and fitting your career in around that. And while you may not be as successful, and you may have to fight back feelings of jealousness when you see other people doing bigger and better projects, ask yourself if you're really happier and if it's a more peaceful place of existence for you to be than that constant hustle. That's all I've got. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with me. Have a good night. See you later. Bye.